Hello, friends. I was shown a film in science class when I was in elementary school, and it has stuck with me all these years. Perhaps you saw a film similar to this. Hello, I'm Dr. Renee Harmon. I'm the author of Surfing the Waves of Alzheimer's, a memoir about my husband Harvey and his time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. Well, anyway, this film starts off with a shot of a boy and a grandfather on a boat on a lake fishing. And then the camera zooms in closer, just shows the boy and the grandfather, and then it shows just the boy's face, and then his eye, and then the camera somehow goes into the eye and shows us the retina, the cells that make up the retina, and then it zooms in on one cell, and then the nucleus, and then the tightly wound DNA, and then the compounds that make up the DNA, and the individual atoms, and finally an electron whirling around one atom. And then the camera slowly pulls away, pulls out of the boy's eyes, face, the grandfather, the lake. And then we see the forest that surrounds the lake and the area that it's in, and maybe the state or the province and the country, the continent, and then eventually we see the earth in all its beauty. And the camera keeps pulling back, and we see the earth getting smaller and smaller until we can't see it anymore, as it's just part of our galaxy and beyond. So this film just amazed me as a child. It showed me all of science that I knew at the time in this short 15-minute film, right? There was biology and chemistry and physics all in this one film. And it showed me the intricate beauty of the world, but also the vastness. And if I had had the words available to me at the time, I would have said, this is why I believe in God. And I'm still at awe of the natural world with the complexity and the vastness. But is that enough for us to understand the divine? I don't think so. If we were in our individual hermetically sealed world of natural wonder, would that be enough? No, it's the interaction between us, between human beings, that we learn more about the divine. So it's those one-on-one interactions with family and friends and the larger community where we learn more about the nature of the divine. There's a teaching by Dorotheus of Gaza, one of the desert fathers from 540 CE, that has held deep meaning for me for many years. So in the teaching, he asks us to imagine a wheel with God as the center hub and all of humanity around the wheel on the rim. And each person is tethered to the hub by an individual spoke. And the teaching is that if we move closer to God down our spoke, we will necessarily move closer to each other. And if we move closer to each other, we will be moving closer to God. And doesn't that fit beautifully with Jesus' teaching of the greatest commandment, to love God and to love each other? Now, conversely, Dorotheus says if we move away from God, we will move away from each other. And if we move away from each other, we move away from God. And I certainly saw this interplay going on throughout the years of Harvey's illness. Now, I couldn't have said that God was in the center. I didn't see or feel the divine anywhere in the midst of all that was going on. But I knew people were caring for us in many different ways. And by them drawing closer to me, they were drawing me closer to the divine, even though I couldn't name that, right? But through the lens of time, I'm able to see on a very small scale, all the things that people did for me. And when I pull back, I see God all over the place. Just like that film, right? And then out. Thank you. Be well and keep your balance.